Yo, sup? Hey, hi. It's Trout. It's officially been 4 days since my last upload. Um, but yeah, I ain't even gonna do too much talking. Let's get into it. Roll the intro.
覚えておけ。パンダだって泣くんだ。誰が何と言おうと、猿どもは嫌いだ。虎杖君、あとは頼みます。
虎杖、みんなに伝えて。悪くなかった。
起きろブラザー。俺たちの戦いはこれからだ。
Alright, so I'm proud to present What If Naruto and Sasuke Were Brothers, the movie. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I should have made a movie or just split it into parts, but it is what it is. I'm gonna make a movie. I really don't care. It is what it is. I want to give y'all boys the best video possible. So yeah, but bear with me. As most of my what ifs are, I'm usually just free balling and going off the top of my head and putting that creativity to use that I have. So yeah, nothing is really ever scripted to be honest, and everything's just based off my imagination in the mind. So yeah, but again, thank y'all for 10, 11 subscribers. And yeah, I appreciate y'all support. But without further ado, let's get into it. So for the start, I was really thinking like I could make Minato and Uchiha, and I could make Kushina like still be Uzumaki. And so instead of them just having one kid on that night, they would have two kids. They wouldn't be twins or identical or anything, but they would still have two kids. And so Kushina would birth Naruto first, which would make him older than Sasuke. And Kushina would then proceed to birth Sasuke. They would come up with the names on the spot. And so, yeah, during the Nine Tails attack, everything goes as planned. They both die. But except one part. Instead of Naruto just getting half of Kurama, it wouldn't be just Naruto this time. Naruto would also have a brother, Sasuke. Naturally, they both would take up separate last names, but in honor of their parents, they would say, you know what? Nah, let's take the same name. So they both would go by the name of Uzumaki, or at least the last name. And so, as all this went down, Minato would proceed to seal half of Kurama, the yin and yang half, both in Sasuke and Naruto, one or the other. It really doesn't matter. And so, yeah, and soon we have a 4 year time skip. They will both become around, I would say four. Yeah, four. And so they will both be 4 years old at this time. But the thing is, they're not dumb. They're smart and they're not opposites of each other as in the original. They're together. They're coordinated and they like each other, obviously. And so, yeah, that brotherly bond became stronger over time and more and more. And eventually, by the age of 6, they both was really, really like intelligent. Like I'm talking about Jonin level type of intelligence for both of them, and they were both prodigies at everything they did. And so naturally, Naruto would have that Uchiha DNA too. So Naruto would basically be part of Uchiha. So the Sharingan would be possible. And same thing with Sasuke, he would also still be part Uzumaki, seeing that Kushina was Uzumaki. So they would both have mixed type of genes. So as all this went down, they would soon like when they turned like 8, start developing abilities of their rightful clans. And yeah, that like they would both have a one to one Sharingan. They would both have insane insane amounts of chakra. And they would both have insane amounts of control over their emotions, patience, and power output and input just in general. And soon they would both immediately uncover that their dad and mom is Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. And they both confront Hiruzen together, and Hiruzen does his little thing just the same way he did with Naruto in the original. But instead there's two. And so they didn't hold any grudges or anything. They didn't really care as much because they were going to find out regardless. So as all this goes down, they would proceed to say, "All right, cool." And so for the next 4 years of their life, they would train even harder, living up to the expectations of their parents and being an Uzumaki and Uchiha and prodigies at the same exact time. So as all this goes down, they would both proceed to sit and think about when they're getting enrolled to the academy. And so soon they will both get enrolled into the academy. As all this goes down, they will both naturally sit by each other. They will both naturally sit by each other, and everybody is looking at them. Looking like, bro, think of when you're in school and that one duo that everybody just fans over is just staring. That's basically Naruto and Sasuke. And so, yeah, then two girls would run in by the name of Ino and Sakura. They would both try to sit by Naruto and Sasuke, and Naruto and Sasuke would let them, even though, they weren't really that interested, until a girl by the name of Hinata Hyuga caught Naruto's attention. And Sasuke realized this immediately and just smirked. And Naruto would also catch Hinata's attention. And the whole class would realize. And Naruto in this wouldn't be as shy or as clueless. He would walk up to Hinata and say, "Hey, can I sit by you?" And everybody was shit. Everybody was looking at him with his bold ass move. I ain't gonna lie. And so Hinata proceeds to say, "Yeah, sure." And then another girl walks in by the name of Tenten, which catches Sasuke's attention. And Tenten and damn, bro, fuck. And Sasuke catches Tenten's attention, and Tenten would go sit by Hinata and Naruto because like Hinata and Tenten are friends, and Sasuke would do the same thing that Naruto did, and she would say, "Yeah." Eventually, they would start talking and more and get more personal and spend more time with each other as like the day went on. Until Aruka walked in and says, "Settle down, everybody. I'll be your Jonin Sensei for this year. My name's Aruka, and I'm glad that you all could make it here. It's good to see you all." And so Iruka would be absolutely oblivious to the well, yeah, two couples or almost basically couples that's sitting across from him. But without, you know, any sense, Iruka wouldn't really care, so it is what it is. But Iruka would soon proceed to say, "Okay, everybody, meet me out back for some target practice and some sparring." They would all go out to the back, and Naruto and Sasuke would score perfect 5 out of 5s. They wouldn't even need to activate their Sharingan to do this. Their extensive training and pushing each other has already been way more than enough. I mean, they're basically on Itachi's level, if that. So yeah, and so yeah, soon the sparring would commence, and Naruto and Sasuke would go against each other. And as all this went down, Naruto and Sasuke aren't dumb. They wouldn't rush each other. They would stand there. And The moment Aruka says Hajime, they would both move at light speed and clash, and this would shock everybody. And then they would start doing hand to hand combat, using taijutsu techniques, even using the gates. And so, as all this goes down, soon this would catch the attention of shit everybody in the village, even though Kage himself was there. And so, yeah, as all this went down, eventually Naruto and Sasuke would both clash again and kick each other in the face at the same time, and they would both fly out the circle, deeming it a draw. Naruto and Sasuke are both the same power level, and Naruto and Sasuke would look at each other and just laugh and hug because, like, that's what brothers do, or at least some. I know mine doesn't. Anyways, anyways, so yeah, so basically, as all this went down, Naruto and Sasuke would basically be the talk of the damn village. And yeah, like bro, it's not hard to tell that they're powerful as shit. And so they would both soon later that night, as they say goodbye to Tenten and Ino. I mean, not Ino, fucking Tenten and Hinata. They would both proceed to go on their separate ways. And as Sasuke and Naruto made it home, they would both suddenly hear a sinister voice in the back of their mind, obviously sounding way too like to sit and ignore. So they would both enter the mindscape. And as they did, they would both have the same exact mindscape, but two different beasts. But the same beast internally. They would both immediately know what this is. And they would just be like they would smirk and be like, so, you're the beast that killed our parents. It's good to finally meet you. But I hope you know that we're not like the other owners you've had. And this surprised them. This surprised both the beasts. Because a kid not being scared of him, gods, beasts that destroy the beasts that destroyed villages for centuries, and you're not scared? Like, how the hell? And so, Kurama, well, both of them, would let out laughs and would be like, I like this one. And soon they would start training daily to master the Nine Tails power. And they would both do it effortlessly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, them damn, like, they wouldn't even have to use their Sharingans because if they did, it would be too easy. The reason for this is their insane chakra control and their insane control over their emotions. Like, it's so hard to make Naruto and Sasuke mad or hate or feel rage because of their insane patience, control, and just intellect and insight on how life is. And so they would learn all of that at a young age. Soon they would proceed to finally get assigned on teams. Now, this is one of the biggest changes that, besides the beginning, that I'm doing. Now, instead of a three-man squad, it would be a four-man squad. The reason why is because I want to put not Ino. It's damn. The reason why is because I want to put Tenten, Sasuke, Naruto, and Hinata on the same team, so like their love interests can like develop more. And yeah, but yeah, my what if my rules? Oh well, won't. Anywho, so they would proceed to get assigned their teams, and this would consist of Sasuke, Naruto, Hinata, and Tenten. Obviously, Kakashi is their sensei. And so yeah, soon they would all like meet up, and they would greet each other casually and shit. And so soon Kakashi shows up 3 hours late, which would be his biggest mistake ever, as Naruto and Sasuke and Tenten and Hinata would rush him at the same time. There ain't no subbing, there ain't no there ain't no Sharingan, there ain't nothing involved that they can't he can't do shit. He takes the gentle fist and a Chidori and a Rasengan and a blade to every direction of his body because nah, they ain't with all that. In Naruto, Sasuke, Hinata, 1010 would be like, if you be late again, we swear we will murder you. And I mean not Sasuke. And for the first time, Kakashi felt fear, not from battles, not from death, not from none of that, from his own students he was supposed to train. And this alone would like tell Kakashi, yeah, no need for no bell test. They pass. And so yeah, he would just say, yeah, y'all pass, y'all got it. As all this goes on, they wouldn't get no D rank missions because yeah, the Hokage knows their capabilities, and he's not finna deal with Mad Sasuke, Naruto, and Hinata, and Tenten. Nah, he knows what they're capable of together. As all this goes on, they proceed to get an A rank mission, which would be escort Tazuna to the land of the waves. Soon, they would proceed to leave the village for the first time in their ninja careers. As all this goes on, they would proceed to leave and walk out, getting farther and farther from the village gates as they move. So soon, they will proceed to like I don't know how to say it. Like they will proceed to run into the Demon Brothers, right? And then as they run into the Demon Brothers, Naruto and Sasuke, it wouldn't take anyone long to realize, oh, this shit, that's a jutsu or genjutsu or whatever the hell it was. And so yeah, they would proceed to drop them immediately. Like it wouldn't be no contest between them. And so yeah, and so as all this goes down, soon they would interrogate them and they would immediately give up info. Like there ain't no resistance. You're just giving it up. And so as all this goes down, soon Naruto, Sasuke, Hinata, Tenten, and Kakashi would proceed to continue their walk until a sword flies through the air. But Naruto and Sasuke would both catch it simultaneously and throw it immediately back at Zabuza. Zabuza would barely catch it as his arm would fly back when he did, and he almost fell over. And then that's when Naruto and Sasuke's auras would flare up. And this alone was not even terrifying to Zabuza. This shit was life threatening to him. And this wouldn't be no chakra aura or none of that. Naruto and them know the threat level of Zabuza. So they would immediately tell the Nine Tails, well, tell both of their beasts, well, both of their Nine Tails, to give them chakra. And they would. They wouldn't disobey no nothing. They just did. And this would immediately scare the shit out of Zabuza because he knows the power of a tailed beast. He's never encountered one, but shit, he can't beat no tailed beast. He ain't even close. He's a mercenary, gang. What is he gonna do? He got mercenary based technique. He ain't finna nah. Anywho, so as all this goes down, Naruto and Sasuke would proceed to jump the shit out of Zabuza, and then Haku would appear. But they would immediately see through his facade of being a healer ninja, yada yada yada. And they would jump him too. Bro, there's no deceiving or lying to them because they see like that. They see that. Like I told y'all, they're smart as shit. They see shit like that. So that's not happening. So, anyways, as all this goes down, Naruto and Sasuke, Hinata and Tenten and Kakashi would proceed to continue their path until getting stopped by Gado's men, which they would all just take down effortlessly because like it's really no point in acting like they put up a fight. And so as all this goes down, they would proceed to get to the land of the waves, and Naruto would be on his bullshit, but Naruto would already tell him that, oh yeah, we been killed him a long time ago. Like there was no challenge whatsoever. Like, how the hell were y'all losing to him? Y'all could have just jumped his ass. And then that's that, bro. That's that. They go back to the village. The bridge still gets named instead of the Great Naruto Bridge or the Great Sasuke Bridge, they would both name it in nation of their parents and mother, the Great Uzumaki Uchiha Bridge, and that would be that. As they would all go home, they would, well, not both, but they would all receive their payments for the mission, which would be a good hefty about 800 yen. And so yeah, they would go, and as they would leave, they would all like be at Naruto and Sasuke's crib. You feel me? And they would be chilling. They'll be chilling, cuddling, doing whatever. And so yeah, the next day, Hinata would wake up realizing she fell asleep on Naruto's chest while Naruto was holding her. And same thing with Tenten. And she she wouldn't even she just snuggles back into him, bro. Like until they soon get waken up about an hour later by an explosion. This would be no other than Pain himself, as the only building standing would be Naruto and Sasuke's apartment building. Simply because simply because Pain felt the Nine Tails in that apartment. So as all this goes down, they would step outside to realize there is no damn outside. There is no fucking outside. Where the fuck is the outside? Like, but yeah, Naruto and Sasuke would look at each other and be like, "Damn, that muff strong." And so yeah, they would proceed to go to the battlefield as Tenten and Hinata would follow behind, but Naruto and Sasuke would stop them and say, "Look, this guy is actually dangerous. We don't know how strong he is, and we don't want y'all getting hurt." And Hinata and Tenten would both say that we don't care how strong he is. We can't see y'all get hurt because y'all want to protect us. And then Naruto and Sasuke would say, "We already lost our parents. We can't lose y'all too. You're all we have." And this would bring tears to both of them, and they would agree to just stay back and watch. And Naruto and Sasuke would nod at each other, and they would both disappear in a flash of light and get to the battlefield. Now, they both say, "Yeah, no, we ain't fucking around. No, not now." And they would immediately go full power. My fault. They would immediately go full power. At this time, Naruto and Sasuke are so strong to the point where they both have the Mangekyo Sharingan, and they both have full control over the Nine Tails, and I mean every single bit of it. And they both have control over their clan's forbidden, unforbidden techniques. It doesn't really fucking matter. And so as all this goes down, they will both activate their Mangekyou Sharingans, and on top of that, would both activate Susanoo, and on top of that, somehow enhance that with the Nine Tails chakra. Because remember, Sasuke has the Yin half, Naruto has the Yang, and so yeah, that would be that. They'll proceed to jump the shit out of the pains. Most of the pains can't even keep up, let alone mess with them. So yeah, it wouldn't be too hard because like they're full power. And, like, what are y'all gonna do against half Uchiha and half Uzumaki? Like, bro, I feel like that's the most dangerous combination you can put inside of a Naruto series, besides an Otsutsuki. But if we're talking about common clans in general, then yeah, that's the most dangerous thing ever. But yeah, so as all this proceeded to go down, they would find Nagato in a paper tree, a fake one at that, with also a paper lady by the name of Konan. Naruto would realize that Nagato is an Uzumaki, just like him and Sasuke. Naruto would question him, "What are you doing here? And why the hell you ain't in the village if you an Uzumaki?" Pain would start talking about pain and this and that, yada yada, and Naruto would get bored and so would Sasuke, as they would both say Amaterasu, and immediately Amaterasu pain, I mean Nagato. And so they look at Konan and just strictly put her under a genjutsu of her drowning. Because like she's made of paper, there's nothing you can really do if paper touches water. If the moment that touch water, just know it's GG's. Ain't no coming back from that. But yeah, soon they would just straight up use a water jutsu that would basically like flood the tree. And Konan would actually drown inside of the genjutsu of her drowning while drowning in real time without her knowing. But yeah, anywho, they would proceed to go back to the village. And they're both now 18. My bad. I forgot that. Yeah. But yeah, they're both now 18. And so soon the Hokage would be standing there waiting for them, and so would their girlfriends, Tenten and Hinata. Hinata would immediately hug Naruto, and so would Tenten do the same to Sasuke. As all this goes down, Lady Tsunade would walk up to Naruto and Sasuke, and Naruto and Sasuke would look at her while holding their girlfriends, and Tsunade would be like, "You two are the strongest ninjas in history." And Naruto and Sasuke would look at each other and just smirk and would say, "Yeah, we know." And so as all this goes down, this is when Naruto would say, "Yeah, but being the strongest doesn't mean that that we ain't capable of holding our own. I mean, yeah, sure, being the strongest is fun and all, but what's that? What's all that power without someone to share it with?" And this would surprise Tsunade, realizing that Naruto is wise beyond his years, and so is Sasuke. And so she would soon take off the Hokage robe and take off the hat, and would put the hat on Sasuke in the robe to Naruto, and would deem them both the Hokage, or at least one of them the Hokage. But Naruto and Sasuke would refuse, as they would say, "No, we're different from our parents. The whole thing about a legacy isn't to follow in your parents' footsteps, isn't to become what they were. It's to find yourself and create something even greater than that. But thank you for the opportunity, but I'll be refusing." And Sasuke would say the same, as they both would start to leave and live a happy life with their girlfriends. Soon, a couple months later, they would both proceed to get married to them, and then they would have a child. Or, well, yeah, both of them would have kids. And yeah, that would really be that. That would really be that. They would have kids and would proceed to live happily ever after. As all this goes down, they would just like, bro, I don't really know how to put it. Like, shit, what do people do after they get married? Like, they would get married, have a kid, and just live their life. And as all this went down, Naruto and Sasuke wouldn't struggle to be fathers, even though they didn't have a father of their own to raise them. But they would try the best they can, and the more and more they did, the more and more easier it got for them. Because it's like, in this world, it's nothing like the real world. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't got to worry about inflation, no bills, no nothing. Well, a little bit of rent, but still, Naruto and Sasuke got money. They got bread. They got that inheritance money. They that Minato was he had it all. He put them on. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah. So that would be that. And then they would both meet up one night, dap each other up, and would look at each other with the brotherly bond they have, and would be like, "This is where this video ends. I hope y'all enjoyed What If Naruto and Sasuke Were Brothers the movie." If y'all got any recommendations for another What If or just a video in general, let me know down in the comments or um shit whenever I post on TikTok. But yeah, I love y'all. Peace. I'm out. Bye.